Okay, so I'm just going to show you how to leave evidence of a temporary fire. This fire has sort of pretty much burnt itself out now. There are still embers there though, if you look really carefully. And we need to make sure that we get rid of this fire appropriately, okay? So the reason that we wouldn't put water straight on this is because it would create a great deal of smoke and it wouldn't be necessarily very nice to people who were around it, and it wouldn't be a great way to sort of put out the fire. Now, what you do is you get a stick and basically you disturb it, okay? So what you want is you want it to go from white to grey to black, okay? So basically disturb it, spread it out a little bit. So what we're looking for really is it to go towards black. Okay, so as we move our stick, that's what we want. So you can see already very quickly it's gone from white in most parts to black in many parts. And we'll just keep doing that. And you can see those sort of embers that are still there. We want to make sure that there's none of those embers left, because when we put water on it, which we will do in a moment, those embers will cause a great deal of smoke. And as you can see, most of this now is turning to black, and already we can see that a lot of our evidence of this fire is beginning to disappear. So just making sure this is the case. I just need to mention at this point that my name's Darren Atkinson. This is part of my fire school training level 3, and this is how to put out a fire safely. Okay, so that's what I'm doing right now. So most of this is black. So what I do now is I'll put a little bit of water on this. Hopefully it's reduced and there's not going to be a huge amount of smoke. And I just put little bits of water on there, and as you can see, there's not a huge amount of smoke. Okay, so what I do is I continue with my stick. And then putting the water on there. Continue to do that, and then I put some more water on there as well, just from this bucket here. Okay, so best way to see whether or not I've got rid of my fire and it's completely out, because you want to leave it safe. You don't want this fire setting up again. At the moment it's been really hot and really warm. So the best way is just place your hand on there, and if it's okay for the touch and it's okay and it's still cool, which it is here, then yeah, that's exactly what you want. Okay, and what I've just noticed here is a little bit of an ember. So you don't want to leave anything on there. It's really important to make sure that all those things are gone. So just move that a little bit, and again, you just keep doing this until it's appropriate to stop, and that's when it all feels relatively cold to the touch. What you can see here is there's been no sort of flames that have been coming up. and as I touch that, that is perfectly cold. Okay, so this isn't finished yet. So what we want to do next is we want to make sure that there is absolutely no evidence of this fire site. When I come down here earlier, it was clear to me that there was some evidence of a fire that had taken place previously, and that isn't what we want, because it encourages people to start a fire in those sorts of places. So what you do, we've got quite a lot of material around this area. So if you take a look at here, for example, we've got quite a lot of bracken. So you'll probably want to collect that up. And we try and mix that in. With the rest of the forest floor. To remove any evidence at all. Because you don't want really to be inviting people to make fires here all of the time. Okay, so you get a little bit more bracken from elsewhere. You want to make it, try and make it look relatively natural. Okay, so that is how you deal with a temporary fire site. A permanent fire site, I would do exactly the same thing, because you don't want to encourage people to start fires in places. What I'd do afterwards is all of the fuel that I haven't used, and for obvious reasons I didn't use all of this, which I collected earlier. I'd either put that around the forest, or I would save this for future times or future purposes or whatever. I'm going to actually sort of put this around the woodland and similar places to I found it, because this is really important for local bugs and creepy crawlies and things like that. And then obviously I'm going to take this with me, and by the time I leave there shouldn't really be any sign whatsoever that I have been here. I'm also going to take my bricks with me, pots and everything else. Everything will be recycled that can be. Anything that can't be will be placed in the composter. Thank you.